Hello, I'm Toycat, and this is my new apartment in sunny Nevada. And in case you're curious as to what has taken me across a continent to own a new space over here, where I have to speak to you from apparently a microwave screen, allow me to dive into that after I show you this new space, which I'm very excited about. I mean, isn't getting any new home, place to live in going to be exciting? But this is one that I'm particularly excited about because look at the fridge, look how wide it is, look at the cooker, look how also wide it is. Apparently it's gas. I've never cooked with that. It seems unnecessarily dangerous to light fires in your own home, but look around all of this. We've got a lot of exciting things today, and I think I'd give you a little bit of a tour now, and then a little bit of a tour when it's complete, because sure, yeah, this is a living room space, but is it really a living room space, or is it just somewhere I can get dirty footprints on the floor? Oh, I need to start taking these off, huh? Is this really a bedroom until it has a bed? Is a bedroom without a bed? There's a fun question for you. Is a bathroom without a bath? Americans don't seem to think so, and so if you look inside here, wow, what is this? There is a bathtub, but it's too wide. It's American width, but then, it's not tall enough to have a bath in, it's not long enough to have a bath in, but it's just a shower with a big tub underneath it. And then also, this is strange to me, right? I've shown you everything that you should expect to see in a one-bedroom apartment. Here is the kitchen, open plan, living room concept, right? There's nothing too exciting special about this. I've shown you the bedroom without the bed. Is it a bedroom? I've shown you the bathroom with a bath, and then there's another room behind this door. I mean, there's other cupboards as well. But this is what is called a walk-in closet. So this is already a weird enough concept to me as a British person. Like, do you need to walk into your clothes? Like, oh, it's so much easier now that I'm standing in my clothes. I guess, it's fun to some people. I'd rather put snacks in here or something. But anyway, that you walk into the room with your clothes, but is it normal to have this be after the bathroom? Like, it's a walk-in bathroom closet more than a bedroom closet. I mean, I guess you're always gonna be, it's just an interesting thing, right? There's also a breaker box. There's also this lovely island, I like it a lot. There's also, if you look in the cupboard here, a washer dryer. I hear that's a commodity in apartments sometimes. And then we've also got a cupboard. Yeah, it's a cupboard right here. There's also a balcony. There's also a ton of communal spaces, which I'm very excited about. But I won't be showing you any of those, and instead, I'll be showing you what this very same place looks like when it's filled with furniture. Whoa, look at all the furniture that's just appeared. Except, honestly, I think I was pretty optimistic when I assumed that a couple of months would pass and I'd actually have stuff. Here is the furniture that I guess I've deemed to actually need. This is a Chase lounge. It's like halfway between a chair and a sofa. Doesn't actually really work as either because it's a bit too small. Here is a lovely little table I've got, complete with these dollar ornaments from Target, I want to say. Look at me, I have ornamental furniture. There's a TV over here, an Xbox Series X, because I think I mentioned I wouldn't be getting one, but I found one on Amazon for actual retail price, and I figured, all these holes, I need to show those holes to the internet. And so, I will be making something to do with that soon. This is, I guess, a setup video, but it's pretty basic. Same table, same chairs. Something weird, I want to know if this is normal in America or if my building definitely is weird. If you look at the bins that you could see earlier, they demand that we put our recycling into plastic bags and then tie up the plastic bags. And so is that the norm? Is that strange? I don't really know. This is not my country, as you might be familiar with, and you might even be confused about why I'm here. Don't worry, it's coming soon. But first, here is the bedroom. Wow, nice bedroom, right? It's also doubles as my office though, so in this corner, I bought the cheapest desk money could buy. $35 from Walmart this desk was, and then I've got a toaster box, which is raising up the laptop to the correct height. Very, very classy, very high standard, I know. I've got my microphone cage that I bring around with me, my Blue Yeti X. I can't stand this microphone. I know it's really good in some circumstances, but it always goes back and forth about whether it is good or not on a given video. Super frustrating stuff. This is my laptop with serious overheating issues. This is a new edition. It's called the OBS Spot camera. It's really cool. It can follow you around, but people don't seem to like it for various reasons. I got myself a green screen here. You can't see me anymore because I'm green screened out. Threw one on the chair. That's a $10 office chair, in case you're curious. This is the studio setup. It's a very small little corner of the apartment right here. And that's also why, if you look around, this is the one room with decorations. Look, paintings. Here's the cow. Don't worry, he is still around. This is all designed just to dampen sound the tiniest bit. You can see how much effort I put into dampening sound by the amount of soundproof foam that I've covered these walls with. Wow, that is such a shocking difference. And this over here, in case you're curious as to why I have an American flag, despite not being American, is because of the fact that I think, like, so many people ask, like, where are you, Toy Cat? I want to have some really clear physical indicator of, like, this is clearly the American place. If you can't tell from the fact that it looks different, because you just don't follow the dates they set up, you might be able to tell from the fact that there's an American flag, which might also be important. I hear that comes up on something citizenship, am I right? So let's talk a little bit about the America thing. I think it's important to dive deep. So I think to explain this, it makes sense for us to shift over to the setup. So let's roll up that green screen. That's how that works, by the way. It doesn't cover all of the camera, but with the magic of cropping and then the magic of color keying and then shrinking, there we go. Anyway, what's going on with the America thing? Why do you go there so much, Toy Cat? Allow me to explain. And it's funny because this line of questioning often comes from the type of person who spends too much time on the internet and genuinely believes that America is the worst place in the world. And obviously, if you've traveled, I've been to something like 50 countries, you'll know that it's not the worst place on the planet. But you might argue that it's not the best, it's only top 10 or top 20, but we still agree that it's one of the top 10% of countries that you're, to be born into it or to exist in. However, the question of, like, why would I move here if it's only top 20, if it's not your favorite country in the whole world, why would you exist here, Toy Cat? And there's a really interesting answer to that. First of all, America is one of the most physically diverse places in the world. Like, for real, if I just take two cities, New York and Las Vegas, they are so different in so many ways because one is East Coast and Old World and one is West Coast. There's 100 years of difference between them, which is a big deal in American history, apparently. So that there is, it's very different in terms of the people geography, but it's also different in terms of the physical geography. It's one of the biggest countries on the planet. It's a continent-sized country, and it means that I'm here in the Las Vegas Valley. It's a desert. I've done walk and talks where I've showed people around what it looks like. Wow, isn't it beautiful? But you can also end up in mountains by going a state that way. You can end up by the coast and with lush valleys and stuff going that way. It's crazy just how different America is, geographically speaking. And it's fascinating to explore for that reason. I love that the human-built things are super different. I love that the geography is very different, but it's also diverse in a very different way, right? I think one of the things that makes America actually great in the real sense of the word, that most countries don't have, is the way the vast majority of countries on this planet go, are that if you are a German, you are in Germany. Like, the thing that defines these nations are literally the people living in them. Moroccans living in Morocco, or Chileans living in Chile. Every country has this idea of, like, yeah, what our country is founded on is it's a country of this certain ethnic group. And so by being a part of that ethnic group, you get some nice little advantage. Like, oh yeah, we're going to look after you, we're going to make sure you're good because you look like the rest of us. And I've never liked that idea. I've never liked the idea that, like, we're going to look at you as the primary judge of, like, how good or bad you are. Instead, I like the American ideal that it's literally a nation of immigrants. Being an American doesn't mean looking a certain way. You might have a certain vision in your head, but there's so many different meanings of the word. Instead, it seems to be, from every trip that I've taken here, is that being an American is much more about, like, the attitude you have, the ideals, the thing, they judging you by what you can do effectively. And this seems like super cold or capitalistic, you might say, to be like, actually, yeah, we're going to judge people not by the way they look, but instead by what they can do. And so everyone here is always what's the word? Hustling, right? Everyone is going very over the top to do the best they can, and I think that is actually how you can best serve the people around you. Not by being like, yes, we're all part of the same exclusive club. No. I like the idea that everyone's doing their very best all the time. Everyone here has that shared love of, like, yeah, I want to go get the thing and do it better. I absolutely love that as an idea. I don't know for sure. I also love that, like, some of the most revered Americans are actually Canadian, Keanu Reeves or Justin Bieber, or, like, if you think about some of the people that you might assume are actually Americans, they're from Canada, or they're from a Caribbean island, or they're from a Europe, Arnold Schwarzenegger, even though he's Austrian, he's really, an American to some extent, right? I love that a nation can do that. So many places are very, forever you'll just be your home nation living in that one. You can be an American if you want to, and so I figured I'd give it a try for a couple of years. I think, I've had the long-term discussions about where would I want to settle down, all these sorts of ththings, but yeah, right now, the reason I have an apartment is because I'm going through the process of settling in the United States of America. I'm excited for it. I really love Las Vegas in particular because it is such an intense man-made city. I guess because it's one of the most popular destinations in the US for people to go on vacations. See, look at me picking up the language. See, look at me integrating so well here. But people like to go on vacations here, I guess. So it's like a very over-the-top like place. There's always fun things to do, and it's like a very crazy city in the center if you want it to be, but also then it's a very beautiful place. You drive 20 minutes in every direction, and you hit just empty nature, and I really like that comparison, personally. I like that I can live in a city, but also be right next, I can see mountains no matter where I look in every direction, and that is something you don't get to say about most places. And so yeah, I think Las Vegas is a cool place to spend some time. This is like the plan for the next 6 to 12 months, and then from there we'll see. The visa that I'm getting, I'm currently in the process, like I mentioned. The one thing I don't like is like, okay, America's like, yeah, we're this immigrant nation. If you come in here to help out, that's great. But also, it's such an arse dealing with the American government on this. It's like, okay, so it's like $2,500 in fees for this visa. Okay, that's expensive, but like, sure, can do that, I guess. Okay, and then you also want paperwork. Okay, I'll explain to you who I am, etc. And then also you need me to prove I have an employer, and it's like, oh, but this is a self-employed thing. And they're like, oh, yeah, but you just need to get an agent who pretends to be your employer. It's like, you're telling me to get someone to... Anyway, it's yeah, I think visa processes all around the world are super opaque and non-transparent. And so I am dealing with that. That's why it's taking some time. That's why I'm just slowly setting up, going back and forth, to the best of my current legal ability. And yeah, as the thing comes in, the plan is for next year to be the year of America. We'll see how that goes. I'll give you some updates if you really want them. But this is my apartment. Wait, I guess this is my apartment. I hope you like it. Is this diagonal? It looks like it is. Is my camera diagonal? Oopsie. Is the room diagonal? No, it's just the room that's diagonal. It's not my camera. Anyway, I hope you'll enjoy this video. I hope it explains some things to all of you. If that was useful in some way and you want to kind of hear more updates, please do subscribe. Remember to turn on notifications because, man, $2,500, I think it's a year. It's every time you renew the visa. That's expensive. And yeah, I'd appreciate your money because I would like your money so I can pay for my expensive thing. It's the American way, right? Tip me a couple dollars for that. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed because I'll see you in the next one. Or I won't. Who knows? Goodbye.